Hey guys, how's it going? I'm just doing some last minute touch-ups inside my cabin. I'm actually installing some 10-inch TVs, some DVD players in the cabin so that when I'm bored I have something to do. Um, so they're gonna go up. They're gonna be mounted underneath each one of the bunks on one of these mounting plates that bolt to the back of them, and then you can swivel them so you can, if you're laying down, you can watch the TV laying down, or if you're, you know, it's just cool. Have some DVDs in here, and when it's raining outside, you can't really go outside, go hiking or anything. During your camping trip or outdoors adventure, at least you'll have some. At least I'll have a TV to watch. They're pretty neat. Pretty neat little DVD players. Each one of them have a remote, so makes it a little easier to use. But I'll give you a little. I got my power station going. I think it's called a Gressel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Gressel. Anyways, I got some fans hooked up, some mini little fans to keep it cool in here. But I've got those TVs charging off of it. Got my GoPro batteries charging off of it at the moment. It's actually been in here for about maybe a week now, and I'm still at 88% from 100%, and also I'm charging my LED lights. So I'm charging a couple right now. It's got 3 USB ports, the cigarette lighter adapter port, 12 volt. Anyways, I've got 2 big solar panels for it, all the adapters for it. So these will go up on the roof. They're great big solar panels that plug into them. I got 2, so I got 200 watts, I believe they are. See, this is the Gressel. I think it's called Gressel because it doesn't have a Y, so I would think that it would be Gressel with a Y. But anyhow, I'm just messing around in the cabin, doing some last minute installs. I got some mosquito nets that I'm gonna install here for each door so that when I open up the door I don't have bugs come flying in. I've also got I'm also gonna install a fishing rod rack, most likely on either the top or bottom bunk. But I do have windows that's gonna go. I got a window that's gonna come in here right there on that side, and then one down here that's going to go over here, in between the studs, the metal studs, the framing, just like these little windows here, just like this window. I've got 2 ordered that are coming in. That way the bunks will have a window here and there. So I'm just yeah, just messing around in the cabin. Oh, get up there. So, and I've also got this cleaned up down here. it was so bad as a rat's nest underneath here. I showed it in my previous video, and it was just like, oh, I shouldn't have showed it, but I did. And I got to live with it. So anyways, I went and cleaned it up. So let me just show you guys. I cut some of these doors perfectly because they don't rub on the carpet mats that I have down. I like to put these carpet mats down so I'm not walking directly on that floor. Kind of keep it nice for a while. Anyhow, wanted to show you guys how much cleaner this is in here. So I got the wiring all all cleaned up basically. Let me put this in here. Got the hoses shortened for the water. It actually is hooked up now. I drained the tank just because I wanted to make sure that there weren't any leaks when I hooked it up the first time. So this is basically just a 12-volt system right now for my batteries. And I got one lithium battery right here that I use that will actually run everything. And then I've got another lithium battery that's coming that's a lot bigger, a lot more powerful. Otherwise, I have these Everstart little lawnmower batteries that actually work pretty good. Worked for a long time. Anyways, there's the wiring. So it's all cleaned up. Kind of got it like in a little harness. That way it's not a rat's nest underneath here. And then all my pipes. Now I pushed it up against the wall. That's what this is for. That's why I grabbed this extension here. That way I could push it up against the wall and I can use as much. Otherwise, this would have been connected here to the bottom of the sink and then coiled down towards the center. And I wanted to make as much room as I could with my 20-gallon water tank in there, my water pump, Seaflow water pump. And also there's a instant hot water here. I'm working on, I got to get an extension cord that'll plug into it. It's just it runs by it can run into your 220 in your house, or actually 110. It's actually hooked up to a 110 right at the moment, so that's the way it will be. So I'll just run an extension cord or figure out how to hardwire that straight to this whole system, so that I'll have it on a toggle switch. But otherwise it'll just plug into the generator, and then it's also ran by a remote. So I got a remote right here for it. The other remote is for the temperature, inside temperature, outside temperature. And I put a lot of this stuff away because I took the trailer down to the shop to have a roof rack welded for it, built, and a side ladder built for the trailer also. That way I can have a ladder on the side and then a metal roof rack on the top. And that's where I can put a lot of stuff up there too. And that's where the solar panels, I'm going to custom build a solar panel rack that'll be up on the roof. And it's going to have a diamond plate type walkable wire mesh type material on the floor, so that I can walk up there, or have somebody a little lighter than me walk up there and if I have to. But anyways, I need to be able to access the roof so that I can put my solar panels on the roof. So I'm just having a little bit of fun out here and installing last minute things. And anyways, but yeah, that instant hot water setup, I used it, I turned it on, it works great. Other than I haven't really felt hot water. It does eventually come out warm. And believe it or not, I had this tank full, 20 gallons, and I had it just barely coming out of here. I mean, it was coming out like a normal house. It's got good pressure from that Seaflow water pump down there. So it just like if you're running the sink, and the hot water heater got the water warm, but I had to set it to like 80 degrees, I think it was. I'll have to go back and look at it. And it actually got it to where it's warm. But you know what? This is drinking water. Also kind of wash things. I got a gray tank that this hooks up to. That when the gray tank fills up, I'll go dump it at the waste. Otherwise, this isn't hooked up to a gray tank that sits under, that's bolted to the bottom. The gray tank that I have is on wheels, and so I wheel it underneath there and connect the hose to it when I'm running the water. Otherwise, it's just fresh water. But when I do like if I do clean dishes, then I'll definitely hook up the gray tank to it, and make sure that none of that soapy water goes into the earth, goes into the ground. But So that's where I'm at right now. Also, I'm gonna be firing up the wood burning stove. Hopefully tonight. I want to get it working, get it going. I want to see if this radiant type, this is like a heater fan that when it reaches temperature, it's got a sensor in it that turns it on, and that way it kind of pushes the hot air, or the heat, excuse me, around in the cabin wherever you point this thing. But see, it's got a sensor in there that just automatically turns this fan on. So that's pretty cool. But I want to get it working and see how well it works. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also got a gun rack that I'm installing today. I might do it on the bottom somewhere. I want to be able to have a shotgun in here. Well, just, you know, just for target practice or for hunting or something, or for even protection. So anyways, so that's what I'm doing right now. Just trying to hook up these TVs and get these TVs set. Now this TV can actually angle. I can put it in the corner and screw it to the ceiling, and it also removes from the back, so I can take it and charge it. Otherwise it's charging right now. It's just I could have it up in the wall right here, and as long as you're laying on your side, I guess you can watch the TV from right here, or you can watch it if your head is up here and your feet are down here, then you can kind of watch it from a distance. But I think it's a lot better having it bolted to the ceiling, so that it doesn't really go anywhere, you know what I mean? And you can operate it from the remote control, so it'd be pretty cool. That way it's kind of, everything is kind of less worrisome. It's attached to the wall, it's, you know, and I don't drive this thing like crazy so that things come snapping off the walls and stuff. I like to take care of my stuff. Yeah, so that I wanted to show you real quick. Move these deals here. This is the switch, so when I turn it on, it builds pressure in there, and there it is working. So you can say I'm not just talking. When it's on, it turns green, and when it's off, it's on the red. I drain most of the tank, so I don't want to drain out the lines all the way, otherwise I'll have to sit there and try to siphon it back out again. But that's just fresh water, so there's no harm in fresh water going down without the gray tanks. So that's where we're at with that. But yeah, so everything works great as long as you have the tank full. It'll build pressure in there, and then it shuts off once the pressure is built. And I don't like to leave this on and the pressure on unless I'm, you know, doing the dishes or cleaning up something, and then I'll leave it on for that second. But then I just go and turn it back off. I don't want it sitting there on, you know, the whole time. So, but yeah, so this is the temperature. I got everything, I shoved everything up in here at the last second, up in this cupboard. See if I can put that there without that falling down on the ground. There we go. So this cupboard's got everything inside. It's a mess inside here. But here's the temperature gauge, the temperature that I have for indoor, outdoor. So it's saying that it's basically 73 degrees outside, 69 degrees inside. So it's not too bad. I actually like the temperature that we're at right now. I try to get things that are on remotes, like the ceiling fans on remote, hot water, instant hot water's on remote. TVs will be on a remote. Just take advantage of it while you can. You know, why have to go over there and push the button when I can use the remote? anyways, the TVs that I got, Wani, come up with some crazy names, but that's the TV, 10-inch TV, portable DVD players that I got. Pretty cool. And I'm not being sponsored by anybody. This is just something I picked out myself. So, little disclosure there. Disclaimer, disclosure, whatever. Also, let's see. Yeah. So, that's what I'm doing. I have one access panel that I got to put back on. Back in that corner back there. I got an access panel. I was doing some wiring. So, and that. Also, I took it down mostly because the ladder is going to be bolted. I wanted to see where the metal was at in the wall. So like I said, everything I can take down these panels. The wiring runs across the top around here. Otherwise, these can lights, these little recessed lights, they run together, and then all of them run to this wall. So those two come down to the wall and go straight to the conduit. The underbunk, they do the same. I have another conduit running on that corner that I painted to match the wall, and they run along that wall and over here to this conduit. Everything runs through that conduit because you can see I didn't have anywhere to pull. I wanted my window right here, and I couldn't pull the wire through a solid. This is solid behind here. So I said, you know what, I might as well just put a piece of PVC pipe. I'll cut a hole in the top, and I don't think it looks too bad. I let off some Raid foggers in here a couple days ago because I had this door open, and I had little mosquitoes and little flies. I can't stand little biting flies. They're so bad. So I got me some foggers and fogged this place. And now I don't itch. I don't see any bugs. So it's much better when you don't have to worry about all that stuff. But anyways, I could put the guns down on the bottom. These are pretty cool. They're just wall mounts. Nothing special, nothing big. I'll have a little bungee cord holding the gun in place so they don't bounce out. Order this off of Amazon also. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a picture of like the guns in the rack, the little mounts, the little gun mounts. They say you can put on the side of the bed or whatever, but I'm not doing it there. I built this mini cabin, and I used as much space as I could so I could walk around comfortably. So the guns will go on the wall. I'll have to figure out where the window is going to go, and then I'll install these little mounts. But it's kind of where I'm at right now. Just reading up on how to do these remote controls for the TV so I can have those programmed to the TV, to each TV. They've got little pads on the gun rack that'll hold the gun in place. I mean, that's my idea. Where's that little paper at? Kind of what I was thinking for a shotgun. Yeah. Then I'll just bungee strap it. Pretty simple. And these walls, I know where the wiring is since I wired this place. The wires come down the wall there, and they come down back there. So most of the wiring that's in this trailer is up in the ceiling, underneath the trailer, in the corners. But the walls, there's only an area that's come down on that side, and there's an area that comes down that side for the fenders. So I don't have to worry about if I put a screw in the wall, if I short out the screw. That would not be fun anyways. So I made sure that I did it as simple as I could, and I know where they are. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. Yeah, they give me these little looks like 1 inch little screws, so those will be fine. I also have some shorter ones. I think I've got, well, those are 1 inch also. So these will be fine. That wall is maybe inch and, well, since I added the plywood, I'd say that's 1.5 inches. The studs are like 1 inch. Yeah, that's right there. So I'm well safe enough to use these screws if I want to use these ones without them going through the wall. Yeah, because the foam board behind, it's not going to do anything with that. I just didn't want to use them if they go through the whole entire wall. So, but yeah, so I've seen thinner cabins than these walls. So these, I mean, it's cool, but man, this place, it holds the heat, because I sweat in here just in a t-shirt and shorts when it's 70 something degrees outside. It's hot inside here, especially on a sunny day. You gotta crack the windows, turn the fans on. I like to be comfortable, so I got my fans going, but they're not drawing too much current. So I think the one that's drawing the most is the GoPro battery. I haven't checked these TVs out, how much they're pulling, but they should be fine too. Actually, let's see. So that one's fully charged. So that one's fully charged. You don't need to charge that one anymore. But it's pretty cool. I've got a lot of stuff in here for having it be such a small confined area. I've got a lot of stuff in here for my upcoming videos. So just got to organize everything, put everything together to make these videos. But yeah, I mean, I could pull the trailer out right now as it is. I mean, this stuff would fall on the ground obviously, but if I put it all away, I could actually take the trailer out right now, the camper out right now, and start shooting videos, start making videos. I basically have everything I need inside of them already. The batteries they're still charged pretty good. Otherwise, I've got the solar panels that I can charge them back up if I need to. It's pretty neat. This little sink is pretty awesome to have a little sink in the trailer. You know, I wasn't gonna have a sink at first because I thought, well, why would I need a sink inside the trailer, you know, if it's so small? I said, nah, if I'm gonna have dishes and do cooking videos, I need a sink. I need to wash my dishes. I can't go and just dump all my stuff and soap into a stream and wash my dishes. I've seen other people do it, but I wanted to have something especially for that. Keep everything clean, because you know the fish are in the water, and I know there's a lot of water and everything, and it circulates, but you know, filters out the soap still. And you can probably buy soap. You can probably find soap that's not harmful to the environment. But I got the sink, I got the gray tank. So yeah, this is just a little cooler, mini cooler. It's pretty neat. move the stuff out of the way because it does have a mister on it, so I wanted to show you. See, it's you put water in the top, and you can have it come on continuous, or it does it in spurts. If I can see how it turns off, it'll come back on here in a second. Also has a high. See how it turns off, comes back on. This is a simple cooler. And goes high. You can aim it down, aim it up. And it feels really cool, but also it does make it humid in here, so you don't want to run it all the time, just so you don't have any mold or anything growing in your cabin. But otherwise, while it's plugged into the USB down here, it's just charging the internal batteries that are inside here. So you can see it might be fully charged. It's been plugged in the whole time, so there he goes. It's charging. That little USB cord isn't the best cord. Just a cheap cord. Anywho, so yeah, I'll have mosquito net for that wall, and also for this door and for this door. However, I'm also installing it all on Velcro, so the Velcro will allow me to take it off when the heater is on, when the excuse me, when the burner is going, the stove. I don't know how much radiant heat is going to come off this thing, but that mosquito netting, I'm sure, is flammable, so I'm going to put the Velcro up here, and I'll be able to pull it off the wall. It's going to go here and down here and across the bottom, and there'll be a Velcro strap down the center, so I'll be able to basically lift it all off in order to go in and out. But most of the time, since I've got this entry door taken care of, I'll be coming in and out of that, mostly because I got a set of steps, pull out steps underneath that I installed. So I was just waiting to have that installed. Also, I installed all the weather stripping on the outside of the door so that it'll be waterproof. I thought somebody was knocking. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't know if I want I think I'm going to put the fishing rods on the bottom, and I'm going to... Hello? Okay. Anyways, I'm going to put the fishing rods on the bottom, because then the shotgun will be easy accessible from up here if I need to get to it. And the window's going to be here, so I'm most likely going to have to put the rack back here, and I do probably need to go in and get one of the guns so that I can put it on the wall and kind of where I can do the spacing on these. And, so I'll probably do that here in a minute. Just picked up an outdoor bathroom. It's like a tent. It's great big huge. It's a territory tent. I picked that up so that I can have an exterior bathroom and shower. Got an automatic shower set up all right here. These names are got to be a Chinese name, but this one is Yimsirk. I'm not advertising these guys. I just bought. I'm being sponsored by them. I find things that I like and I buy them online. But it came with a bucket, a water bucket, little water bucket. It's really small. Otherwise, I have solar bags that are water bags. The hose for the shower head, a pump, 12-volt pump, filters for the pump, a deal to hook the head on, the shower head. This is my shower head here. Pretty neat. So this will go inside the shower tent that I have. That'll be set up on the outside. I wanted to be 100% non-dependent on anything. I want to be, independent out here. Shower, water, power, shelter, heat, cool. I want everything to basically be livable when I build my stuff. I don't want to leave a stone unturned, basically, and be like, oh dang, I should have got one of those power stations to have solar power out here. I've already got it. So I like to make sure I'm set up for the occasion. And I've got this, so I just charge the batteries and I bring a full charged battery in and hook it up. And the door closes with the batteries in there, so and also this whole electrical system is actually grounded. The whole entire thing I grounded to the frame of the trailer. So it's not just grounded to the negative side of the battery, it's grounded to the frame and to the negative terminal on the battery. And also they have fuses on each one of the toggles is fused to a 15 amp fuse. So it'll blow the fuse before it blows the switch or blows the unit. On basically everything that's connected to the panel, to the electrical panel. So I've got spotlights on the outside. They're on toggles, on a inline switch. So that just told me that the battery needs to be charged. This little lithium battery. So before it drains it completely down, it shuts off. So I can go inside and I can go and hook it up to the charger and charge it up. Otherwise, I'll grab my other battery that I have. Turn a light on so I don't hook up the wrong terminal, the wrong positive to negative. You don't want to short your stuff out by doing that. Simple as that. We got power again. So as long as I have a good charged battery, then I'll be good to go for everything. Also, I went ahead and thought ahead. I've got a 12-volt cigarette adapter that also plugs into my entire electrical system that runs off the power station. So I plugged that in to everything, and I can use everything else too. So right now I just used the power station to charge my phone, charge my GoPro batteries, run these fans, charge the little mini TVs now. Also, I could probably use it to charge this lithium battery here. So what I'm probably going to do is run inside and grab one of my guns so I can measure the gun rack, and then plug this battery in and get a full charge on it again. Alright guys, so my battery died, so I had to take time to charge my batteries, but wanted to show you, I went ahead and installed the gun rack. To hold my shotgun. So let me get back here and show you. Got the shotgun installed right there. Got the movie DVD players, and one of the upper ones installed right here, and then that's got the remote programmed to that one, and then I installed the other one right here, which the on and off button is on the top right here. And let me turn the bunk light on. There we go. Got the bunk light. Got the fishing rod holder installed. Probably can't see it too good. So what I'll do real quick before the battery dies on me is I'm going to install my light on the top of this. I got this little light here, and it should be charged. There we go. So there's the shotgun in place. The window goes here, so it won't be in the window. And there's the TV, DVD player, done with a remote, like I was saying. Underneath here, I installed the fishing pole rack, and actually that pole is a solid pole, so I probably won't leave it there, but I'll grab my other shorter 6-foot rods, and the window actually goes right there in this kind of right here. So one will sit here, and the upper bunk window goes over to the right a little bit, and then there's that TV right there installed with the remote. And you can watch the same movie, so I just run the cord back here up to the TV up there, and we can watch the same movie. We can watch separate movies, or I can also install a SIM card in the side and watch my YouTube videos that I record in both of the TVs. I can also hook these TVs up to my TV inside my house and with the USB and watch my videos in there as well. I know there's other electronics that TVs that are upgraded and stuff. I do have an upgraded TV that you can, but I don't think it takes a SIM card. So these ones do take a SIM card, and I can watch my YouTube videos on that if I want to show somebody my YouTube video inside the house on the big TV. So that's one shotgun. I figured if somebody's sleeping up here, I don't want to put another gun down below it because they might knock it off when they're sleeping. Although it would be nice to have a rifle and a shotgun. But I'll also have to keep an eye on, I'm about maybe 1.5 feet away, maybe a little bit longer from the wood burning stove. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get hot. Can't really flip that one around because that one's it's got the lever right here for the 20 gauge. But I do have locks on all my guns as well. But go ahead and turn that off since I don't need the power to that. And we'll turn the bunk light off down here. And then these extra lights. So you can see, sorry about that guys, I guess I have to hold this light down to turn off the light on that. So you can see it's pretty neat in here when you only have the back lights on. You can see how comfortable it is watching a movie. Either that or out of the bottom. You can't really see, so I turned all the lights off on us. We'll go down here and turn some of these other ones on. My battery is dying, so I got to take that other battery in and get it charged. But you know, I might come up with a rail. I might build a rail for the top bunk just to put it in when you're sleeping, so you don't roll over and land on the counter here. But you know, I've slept on plenty of bunk beds and never rolled off unintentionally, so I don't know. But there's people who do roll off beds when they're sleeping. So anyways, they won't be going with me because they'll be falling off that bunk too much. So I was going to install the second gun rack. Yeah, my battery's just going down. It's 9.5 volts, 9.5 volts, 951. So that fan up there is using most of the power. These little LEDs though, they don't use too much. But you can see there, it's very dim in here compared to how it was. But what I wanted to show you was this simple cable right here. Go ahead and turn this off. I can turn off with the remote, but then the battery will stay off. I mean, when I use the remote to turn it on, there's no screen, so you got to turn it on. Turn the DVD player on to have the screen light up. But this is the adapter. It's got a long cord, so I can plug it in to my power source down there, which only takes a few seconds. I can actually do that real quick. So I'll plug it in to my power station. Like I said, I got a long cord on it, and I installed these fittings here. Just unhook the battery, and that kicks all the power off. And then I'll just hook up the negative and positive. Negative first, always the ground first. And then I'll turn it on. And did I turn on? There we go. Now it's on. And look at the light. Look at the power. Look at that power. It is amazing. Coming out of that little 500 watt power station. I mean, it just put this battery to shame. I mean, it just... Now I can take this battery out and put it on the charger. And... I mean, it's awesome. I can't believe how much power. And I've got... It's all LED. I'm going to turn that fan back on because it is getting kind of warm in here. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's kind of warm, so I might plug in this other little fan as well and get it turned on. I like these little USB fans. Simple. You don't need all this constant luxury in life. I mean, it's just like a big house and all the big old bill. This is all paid for. So I mean, you want to compare? I've got lights, I've got water, I've got a toilet, I've got bedding, I got food, I got a little fridge. I mean, you can make your life as comfortable as you want and as expensive as you want. But of course, I'm not living in this full time, but I could if worse comes to worse. Bad things happen in the world. They are happening in the world. But it's a good little bug out trailer, camper, cabin. I'm gonna call it the wilderness mini cabin. I think it fits. I think it fits it. So we've got the guns for protection and for target practice, and fishing pole for food, survival. I could put a pistol on the wall with these as well. Food for thought, because it will hold a pistol as well. And then I'm just gonna strap a little bungee around the gun. These are done. And take those and put them in the stockpile of all the nuts and bolts and things I like to save, because you don't know what you're gonna need on projects like this. Wow. It just dropped to 79%. And there's a light on that switch that lights up red. So as long as I have this fully charged, I've got my solar panels on the roof. Haven't quite decided on how I'm going to run the power cord. I don't know if I want to run it through the door, through the weather stripping on the door. I'm always looking around, looking for other little things I gotta fix. Anyhow, we're back up to 12.4 volts. I'm gonna leave the fan on, kick those backlights off so mosquitoes don't come through the door, because I got the double door open in the back. Just because I'm coming in and out of it right now. I've got this thing dead bolted and brand new weather stripping on, so but anyways, I'm using the back door tonight. So, but yeah, with these fans going and that fan pulling in cool fresh air from outside, it actually feels really good in here now. Charging my GoPro battery, still charging, but it takes a while for those GoPro batteries to charge. And I've got a lot of GoPro batteries. I don't have to worry about that. They're inside the house, and so I'm out here trying to tighten up all this kind of stuff that I want to button up, so that when I go camping, go on my next adventure, I won't have to worry about installing anything. I just go get the groceries, put the groceries in here. I've got everything else. I've got a way to cook. I've got a way to stay warm. I've got a way to sleep. I've got bunks, and those bunks are longer than I am. I'm just barely under 6 foot. And I got plenty of headroom, plenty of foot room. They're wider than me by, yeah, so these, I'm trying to remember, 37 inches, I believe. Don't quote me, I got the measurements written down somewhere, but so I can replace the mattresses when I need to. But I believe they're 37, and then you have 3 extra inches with the 2x4s. But then you got a ½ inch in between the bed on all sides. Plenty of room to sleep. I'm not going to hit my fishing poles. I will take the hook off my rods when I'm storing my rods, so I don't get hooked to the fishing line, to the lure. I put the TV up there. Now the TVs, they go up. They raise up and they go down with the knob on the back of the TV. You can lift it up, so I can actually lift it up higher, or I can also take them off. They unscrew, take off. So, it's not too bad. The bad thing is, I would like to get totes and put all the stuff, the storage underneath the beds, in totes, so I can just pull out the tote and I'll have labels on the totes tell me which items are in which containers, which tote containers. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to pull out everything to find one little simple thing until I find it. And I also have a really cool item that I'm going to be installing on the trailer that I'm going to show you in a later video after they're installed. Looks pretty cool. So I've already installed them on the truck, so I'll be able to use them both on the truck and the Wilderness mini cabin. Adventure, I left that word out. Wilderness Adventure mini cabin. It's a lot of words, but you know what? It fits it. It fits the situation. So yeah, I got everything running off this one deal. Still holding it 79. 12.5 volts. DC volts. So 12.5 DC volts. And it's flickering between 12.5 and 12.4. The one on top is 12.5 and the bottom one is 12.3. I've got the 3 LEDs, well, this one and the fan running off of the bottom panel, so that's why it's 12.3. In the top, they're not on, it's just running this fan and lighting up the toggles. 12.5 volts, 79%. And you know what, this thing has been out here for a week and I have been using it. I'm really impressed with it. You know, I was looking online on which one to buy, and there's a lot. A little bug got in here. How did you get in here? Probably through that little fan, because a little tiny bug. But I got a little bug zapper. I'm gonna hang in the corner over there and catch all them little nasty little varmints when I'm sleeping. If there's a mosquito that comes up in here, it'll get zapped, because I got a little bug zapper. I'm gonna hang right there in the corner. I just got to get a hook installed. Then I'll place it up there. I'm gonna run an extension cord that will run to the bug zapper. Otherwise I'll get a solar panel one too. They have solar ones, but I want to run it to the hot water heater, instant hot water heater, and the bug zapper. The fridge runs off of USB, so that just plugs in to the panel here. I don't have it plugged in because I got to get into it and organize it, put all the shelves up. I showed you in a video, in a short video on my channel. I showed you stuff way too early, but it was because I was still in the process of putting everything and buttoning everything up and building everything. So, but I was too excited. I wanted to get the video out to you guys so you guys could see my progress. I'm ready to go camping tonight. It's actually really comfortable. These beds, I like a firmer bed, and these beds are firmer than my bed in my house. I actually felt like my back was straighter on this bed than in my house. On my bed in my room. It's just, I like to have a stiffer bed, not like a board stiff, but stiff. I don't like soft, I like sinking my whole body's sinking in. I wake up and my back is just, I've had surgery, lower back surgery on my back for ruptured disc and pinched nerve. Still dealing with the pinched nerve. But had back surgery, so I'm really sensitive when it comes to my back. Got a lot of back issues like that, but anyhow, this is where I'm at. So it's actually really nice in here now. It's probably because it's bringing in all this nice cool air. But yeah, I'm excited. I've got entertainment. I've got, of course, I've got magazines to read too. I've got plenty of stuff to do. I got to organize my shelves. I took this to the shop the other day. Came back, opened up this door, and almost everything come flying out of there. So I got to do a lot of organizing. But it's coming along, so won't be long and I'll be out camping, making the videos. I'm just really impressed about this power station. I mean, it's holding up. And you know, it doesn't take very long to put it on a full charge either. Now I haven't used the solar panels on it yet, but I've got 2 large solar panels. I can get more. They're 2 each, so they're 4 panels. So I've got 4 panels for that power station. I don't know if I opened it all the way up, but this is the power station, solar power panel. I don't know if it'll show up in the video. There goes the fan. There's 1 or 2 panels. They're huge. They'll soak up the sun, that's for sure. They'll definitely soak up the sun. Get them up on the roof on a nice rack. They've got holes in the rack, in the panels. So I'll have a bolt. What I'll do is I'll have the bolts set in place, and then I'll just put a washer in on top of them. That'll lock them down to the roof. And I won't be driving down the road with them on. This is just they'll go on when I get to my campsite. They'll go up on the roof. My other thing is I just got to figure out how I want to bring the cable in, because I want it to be something accessible, and I don't want any gaps in my door. In my door, I want all the air sealed. And right now I've got them all sealed. So I don't know if I'll come through the side here and put a rubber grommet. But I don't know. Or I might even put, they've got rubber grommets where they have a cap on them, and they'll cap closed. And what I'll probably do is, that'll allow me to put the plug in through the wall, and then bring it over the top of this and down and plug it into the power station, so that the power station can stay inside. But you know what? I can pick it up and take it outside as well and set it on the front. I got a rack on the front that I installed. So, but if I want to just keep it right there, and that way I don't have to worry about it bringing it back in and plugging it all in, I can just turn the power off and bring in the cable. I like to make things simple if I can. And I'm not going to come through the front. I could actually drill right through the wall right here with the rubber grommet that has like a cap on it. I'll have to search online to find the perfect one that's watertight, airtight, bug tight. You know, I would much rather have air come in than bugs. I don't do bugs very well. I do not like bugs biting me at night or at any time. So that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably come in right off that. I'll install it, drill it all the way through the wall, and I've got to have it to where it'll go through the wall because it's thicker. It's got a bigger groove on that wall. So as long as I can get two, one for the outside, one for the inside, I'll drill a hole straight through so I got a nice straight line. And then, yeah, I'll look around and see what I can find. I don't want it just to be an open hole where the bugs can crawl in through. It's got to have some type of a rubber seal that you poke your line through. I have one on my trailer, but bugs can get in. So I have another camper trailer that a bigger 22 foot that has that power for the big power cord, the 220. But make it as simple as I can. I think it'll be pretty cool. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned because I'm going to be showing a lot more. If I can, there we go. I'm going to be showing a lot more videos to come. And I'll show my camp, how my camp is all set up once I've got everything set up. I've got my place already figured out under bunk lights so I can see all the stuff. And it did pull it down to 77 when I pulled those on. Those are pulling more volts or something, those under bunk lights. I've got a nice one underneath the beds too down there. You can't see it very well because I've got so much stuff, but oh, I wanted to show you the outsides. I wanted to go out here and show you guys just how well, before my battery dies, I'm going to turn these outside lights on and show you just how well it lights up outside. So come take a walk with me before my battery dies, and let's check this thing out from the outside. Come on, door. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. So here, here's the outside light. Here's the porch light, the entry light. Actually lights up pretty dang good out here. So there's the door for the front. Oh, here's the stairs I was going to show you guys. Nice aluminum ladder. It's sitting on the curb, so usually it's higher off the ground, but since the curb is right there, and they just go right back up on it right there. Spring activated. I'll close my water because I emptied my water already. This is locked up. Anyways, there's that. So I'm going to go in there and turn them off before all these bugs start coming around and coming inside the cabin. Because that's one thing they love to do. Is come in the cabin. And there's a lot of bugs out there. So let me get that thing turned off. Let's get that turned off fast. I don't like bugs. They come around quick when you got a light on. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. So